Assalamu alaikum. Wa'alaikum salam. This is Mama Layla Integrity, aka Yasmin Aden. I have a message for my sister Fathia Absiye. Hi Fathia, Assalamu alaikum walalo. I recently came across with your and watched many of your videos on YouTube. First of all, let me say this. You are absolutely 100% pure talent. MashaAllah. I salute you, sister. And MashaAllah. May Allah even bless you more and more. And I understand you are a mother, you are a hustler. You advocate for many issues. You and I will see eye to eye. Some other issues, not so much. But anyway, let's keep the positive for now because I have some tough love and also a very tough message I need to share with you. Because recently I've been noticing a lot of your narrative is geared towards dehumanization of Somalis in diaspora and our tradition and cultures. Let me say this and make it very clear, okay? I am also somebody who grew up in diaspora. I left Somalia probably the same time as you have because we are all, product of civil wars. And I left Somalia back in the 80s. And my sister before me, she left, and I'm pretty sure you know who my sister is. She went to school in the Bay Area. My family were well off in Somalia. My family was well off, so my father sent my sister to university to go to school in the U.S. Back in early 80s, and that was international student fees, which is really expensive. But anyway, that's the kind of Somalia we left. But because of the wars, it was a tragedy what happened. You and I, we both left Somalia around the same time. I left the late 80s. Probably you left the same time as my older sister, who you probably know her, by the way. She went to school in Bay Area. But that's beside the point. My point here is Fathia Walalo. I've noticed, I love your videos. You are quite the funny one, okay? I salute you. Like I said, you and I, we see a lot of issues eye to eye, but some not so much. And the Somali dehumanization problem, that is what I have a problem with because I understand you are connected to the U.S. intelligence agency. You've stated that yourself more than once before. I'm not making this up. It's not a smear campaign against you. I respect you, like I said, but I have to say something because I see this repetitive narrative that's coming back. And as someone who's been targeted by the U.S. government, because let me give you a brief introduction about my targeting. Why these demons, they came after me. I graduated from Ohio State University with a Bachelor of Science in Human Physiology, biology basically. And I've worked with many human rights groups throughout my career. And we passed a legislature back in 2014 in the state of Nevada, protecting certain group of people from not being discriminated at workplaces. And ever since I became a target to conservative groups, many of these groups, including Black churches, by the way, are evangelicals and Mormons, but also the targeting, my targeting has been a very quite interesting story to tell because it tells you a lot about the African American history and the Black people in general in this country. They always scapegoat the easy scapegoat because these power structures are coward. They're not only racist, and now since they have Black churches, it's nothing to do with they are Black. By the way, Black churches a lot of time are have the same narrative as the same power structure of the oligarchy. Okay, and this goes also to many mosques nowadays, Muslim mosques. But let me. I don't want to digress. So when I get targeted, I understood how this whole the pattern of targeting. They scapegoat people. They are cowardly. They look the easiest one to scapegoat and defenseless civilian to attack and take their anger out of. It's literally it's like something out of a horror movie. As a result, they microchipped me without my consent back in 2016, the same year my father, rest in peace, Abbo, died in Hargeisa, Somaliland. That year has significance in me because I turned 40. I was born 1976. When I turned 40 and my consciousness, I was gaining my consciousness, and life starts at 40. And that's when they microchipped me to exploit me. Because I will tell you the reason I was chipped, not only because my political activism, but also I have a super immune system. I never get sick in my entire life, alhamdulillah. So I said all that to say, when I was targeted, I have seen a side of life that nobody knows about it, okay? Because they exposed me to most horrific crime against humanity. I was literally tortured. I had people moving next door and radiating the hell out of me with military stealth weapon. And these weapons are not science fiction. They are public records. You can access them and you could search them. They have what they call neuro weapon, will latch to your nervous system and drive you like a mad crazy. They will radiate the hell out of you to torture you in your own apartment, to traumatize your entire biological system. And when you get out, they have people stalking you, harassing you in every move you make. You are surveilled. You are being let know you are being surveilled. Not only that, they biologically microchip me, so they biologically surveilling me, and my nervous system has been mapped at this point. So they have every reaction I make is hooked to the AI, and they can automate it, your reaction to the AI, and set you up for a torture program through the AI, and they don't have to do anything. The AI would inform and send everything, and every single Quintal Pro agents will be notified through these AI operating systems. So they have these giants, computers who are literally stationed in their corporations and in their office. I don't know, God knows where, but they have these systems that are geared to destroy human lives. But I said all that to say, you don't know what people are saying and who's being provoked to say what they say. So Fathia Walalo, let me give you a simple advice. My simple advice is, Fathia, please do not participate in an agenda that meant to bring chaos and divisive agenda that geared to emotionally trigger Black people and target Somalis or target any other Black people, not just Somalis, by the way, because the CIA has perfected how to create these divisive programs. And most intelligence agency Black men who were used in my case to target me are Black men who married to white women. I have nothing against that, okay? But these Black men live in the suburbs. They have biracial kids. They probably have the least contact with Black people. A lot of them have themselves self-identity issues, or they don't like Black women, or whatever the issue is. But these men cannot use the Black card when it suits them, because these are the guys who are making bunch of money, are killings from targeting people, enlisting them as a terrorist threat. Can you imagine? I have not committed any crime in my entire life. I am the most decent citizen you could ever meet. I don't even have a traffic ticket, but I was villainized, targeted, dehumanized, smeared campaign against, told a bunch of lies about it, provoked constantly using Black people in Los Angeles and here, by the way. I couldn't say in Vegas. Back then, the targeting wasn't as serious. But they used constantly Black people to target me and to harass me. And yes, there are times I would say some nasty things to snap back. But do I mean it? Absolutely not. Okay, these things are quick incidents. They will record that and they will cancel humans. And humans' life are being destroyed for brief. So I say that all to say, the young woman you showed on the video, it's horrific, the kind of language that she uses. But I don't know her. I don't know her story. All I know is I know my own story. And I know how I love Black people. I am myself a dark-skinned Somali. I am the darkest in my family, by the way. My mom and my sisters, they're extremely much lighter complexion. But I, as the dark person, as a Somali, as a Black person, I was villainized because I have some sort of uh, different hair texture. You know, I have timajalesan. So I was villainized simply because I have a different hair texture. I look visibly Black person. I'm a dark-skinned Somali. I'm not even light-skinned Somali, okay? And I love Black people. But they don't care. They don't give a, they couldn't care less all of that. All they want is to dehumanize. That's the target. They want to dehumanize. They want them to say nasty things about certain group of people so they can emotionally trigger these people and have people attack you and seriously target you, and people would just follow. Most people are idiots. I'm sorry to say it, but most people do not use brains to think. I was one of these idiots one at the point once upon a time because I wasn't completely idiot, but I wasn't as conscious as I am today, Fathia. And I know you are also socially conscious, but some of the things that you say a lot of time, I just had to make this video. I'm sorry. But let me say something. We do not know the whole story. Who provoked that lady? What kind of predicament she's living in now? Who's harassing her? Why is she so angry? We don't ask all these questions. We are ready to cancel someone and call names. Salam alaikum. Oh, I forgot to mention, since the 2001 Fathia, they have programs where the U.S. intelligence agency, especially the CIA, were setting up Black radio station, local radio station, not setting up, sorry, they had connection to this radio station, and they have their war on terror based on completely fabricated targeting, illegal, immoral methods of targeting. So they have people to call in this radio station and tell their opinion about the Iraq war when they invaded Iraq. Okay, and there were many Muslims I know who were simply targeted and put on the terrorist watch list simply because they made a call to this radio station and they were telling their opinion. They don't think it's a good idea because Iraq was not part of the 9/11. And oops, there we go. We got one. And that's how they were making killings of money. I'm talking about before everything. This was back in 2000, early 2000s. People were making a lot of money by completely destroying humans' life, humans' futures. And the cancel culture existed back then, but it existed not like it does today. The cancel culture has always existed. It's a Zionist culture. It's how they used to hunt people, who they used to call them Jew hating, and that's a lie, by the way. They used to hunt people who actually criticize Zionism. And I used to criticize Zionism way before it became a very popular slogan now, Free Palestine.